Hello, 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 hello. Sorry about the microphone stuff. There we go. I'm here. There I am. Thank you. Slightly new setup, and not just to show off the incredible new T-shirt that I got from my daughter, but because we wanted to get a little bit better perspective. So the camera came a little closer. It came down a little bit, so I can even stand back here and still look like I'm about the right height. And you don't need to see my bare feet quite as much as you have been in the past. But anyway, we are here to play this week's round on the web tees in the SGT Tour. So kind of like the senior tour, I guess, in a way. Let's get this popped up. We've got it primed and ready to go. Should be even there, and we're on the first tee. Spared you all the setup, and we should be ready to go. Where's my okay? We're ready to go all the way. The ball's even teed up. Let's go. Underway. Number one here at La Quinta, the SGT West Stadium course. Lower than I want to hit it, but it should be, well, in play, I guess. Okay, from the top of this little hill over here, I am 144 yards away. Downhill a little bit here. So we're gonna probably hit out here in the desert, out of the rough. It's gonna come down to the left just a hair, so let's account for that. We've got very light wind. Let's put this right over here just a bit. 144 out of the rough, so it's not gonna spin that much. Let's see if we can get the 8-iron to be the right club. And we're definitely not gonna hit a very good shot. Just sit in the grass, Uh-oh, bounce away from there, thank you. Still got a chance to go up and down, but not a great way to start on hole number one here. Wow. All right, downhill 3 feet 11. Gimme range is 5 feet, so that's what we want to get it within. It's gonna roll out a little bit for a guy. There's stimped 11 here. Yes, that's within the gimme range. So saves a par with a stupid approach shot. And let's move on to number two here. Relatively short par 4. Doesn't look like much harm done with driver here, especially for a short knocker such as myself. Uh-oh. No real trouble, but I don't know why I got to hit over there. Oh, yeah, maybe the scoreboard's going to be in my way now. It sure is. Uh-oh. No, I got this, right? It's not going to hit the scoreboard, is it? Huh. Wow. Another real tough start. Let's try that 8-iron again and see if we can get it up over things this time. Actually hit it. It was terrible. Kind of looks in my way. I hope I get it through there. I got it through there. Look at that. How's it look? A little short. All right, got a little up and down to go after here as well on number two. Fun to do these little tournaments online on the SGT Tour. Kind of puts a little pressure in your game that you wouldn't otherwise get. How's it going? Come on in. You're all right. We're streaming, but you're welcome to come in. Although there's no eating in the shed, I have to say. Bye. Bye. Thank you for stopping by. All right, let's get back to the order at hand here and try to get ourselves up and down. Settle right there. All right, that's within gimme range as well. So we've converted both of our scrappy little par attempts here. Another relatively straightforward par 4. We've done a great job with the mountain backdrop here. Those of you familiar with La Quinta and the course. All right, that's moving toward a bunker, it looks like. No, catch the fairway right there. All right. You catch that little slot on the left side. Yep. We got 140 coming in. Let's have a fly in and just see what kind of danger lurks. Not much, just got to get it there. This distance sure seems like the one, but you know, that one's so uphill. Being, how far is that? Uphill 7 feet 10 inches, that I think I want the next iron up, which is the 7-iron here. Would normally hit an 8-iron here, but that distance is just enough uphill. Well, not too bad. Just settle right in there and leave me something makeable. All right, it's going to be a lengthy putt, 25 feet or so. 25 feet, 2 inches. We're moving this much? Don't think we're moving quite that much, right? Maybe that much? It's moving the whole way, so we're going to trust that it moves that much. Just a hair. Probably overread slightly because the speed is about perfect there. All right, well, we're on to the par 3, number 4, 150 yards, uphill 1 feet 2 inches, and I think this one is going to be that 7-iron again. Blocked a little bit. Still should stay on the green, I think. Yeah. Bounce on up there and release a little bit for a begging guy. Let's get one in there and have a look, huh? All right. 6 feet 10 inches. It is curling just a little bit here. And even though it's a short putt, it's going to definitely affect it. Probably that much, actually. I've got it that much. Just keep it straight. There it is. We got to -1. Get our first birdie of the day. See if we can go find a few more out here somewhere, huh? Let's do a flyover. We don't hit it this far because I've never mapped my clubs in here. I guess I don't have the distances programmed in here, which I should go in and do. But we know we're probably out here. I think we're safe with this as our line, basically. Okay. Let's go with that and commit to that line. Kind of like that. Just let it be is basically what I did here. So it'll come in from the right side of the fairway. As you can see, not a lot of ball speed, but we're advancing it to where we need to do. And this is a par 5 anyway, and I'm not much of a 2-shot par 5 guy. They're almost always 3-shot holes for me, but hat tip to loose Stagner. Let's get ourselves up there as far as we can on a realistic line, which is the one on the left at 246. Not sure, well, that doesn't even move as much as I thought it would, but it's still going to be in the short grass and running along, so should have a pretty good approach shot here. You going to stay in the fairway? Oh, wow, it trickled into the rough. Well, there we go. What are you going to do? 57 yards now out of the rough. This is my sand wedge. Roll up to within a putt at least, but no gimme. But that's okay. I think I got this. Let's see, it does have just a wrinkle of movement in it. Does it have that much? I think it does. It'll die at the cup. 9 feet. There we go. Grab another birdie early in the round. That is always nice. And let's move ourselves on to the 200-yard par 3. I'm going to take some of the margin of error and increase it just slightly with that. And this is probably a pretty safe 7 wood, and just be comfortable with it. Might end up leaning on the short game for being too conservative, but let's see. You gonna come around all the way? Yeah, it's an awkward swing. Kind of overplayed the whole thing, but not too much harm done here. I think we got a reasonably straightforward up and down. 25 yards, uphill 5 inches. It should run. No, it's not going to run anywhere. It's going to make us putt this. Here we go. So we've got about a 10-footer. Thought it would run out better than it did. It seemed to really grab somehow. Again, the stimp is 11 here. So we're going to give it uphill 2 inches. Going to break quite that much, I don't think, is it? Boy, that's close. I think it is, actually. Uphill. Let's do this. No, it didn't quite break as much as I read it because I hit it right on my line. So gave one back up, made a couple birdies in a row, and then gave it back up. Let's see if we can get back on the bird train. A couple of tempting holes, but I don't have the kind of length to go for anything but safety here. So I know that I'll be on that line, and of course, well back here in a much safer zone, almost aiming at this corner pocket of this fairway, and then maybe letting it wrinkle from there. Let's see if that's the play. I hope that's not going to get the water. Stay right there. Okay, perfect. I allowed for it, I guess, is basically what happened. Went to the safety zone. All right, 69 yards, pretty short par 4 again, obviously. So I think that's back to this sand wedge with obviously just a little bit more complete swing. Let's see here. Uphill 2 feet. Yeah, get on up. A little deep even, huh? Okay. I gave it just a little bit much. Just a little bit much. Okay, well, see what we can do to go up and down here. See if we can scare it even. That's not going to roll out either, and it's going to leave me a little putt. Okay, it's time to get back on track here. This is moving as well. It's like we got to be used to that, expecting it. It's coming, and then it's flat. It's maybe downhill just a hair. 7 feet 9 inches. We're just going to set this off straight. Let the slight hill on the break do the work. And we get that par put away and move on still 1 under and see if we can make up for that somewhere along the way. If you've played the stadium course before, it's really a pretty cool representation of it. Designers are incredible. They do a great job. I'm going to be way back here, obviously. And with any luck, I would hit that cart path, but I can't even fly it that far. It doesn't even matter. So I'm going to be on that line somewhere right there. And then trust it and let it wrinkle. It's too much wrinkle. That's all right. Well past the point of diminishing returns there, and this is a par 5, so I'm not going to reach these, but if I was hitting the ball a little bit better, they might be in play because they're not that long, and the winds are pretty relaxed. So let's just bang another one straight up there. See if we can get the 3-wood somewhere close enough to do some damage. The good kind of damage, of course. It should stay in a good spot. Come on back down the fairway a little bit for me. No, not going to finish. Okay. Well, this is basically the shot we hit last time on the last hole. We had a little bit more spin on it last time. So let's see if we can get this the right distance here. Okay. At least gets us back into a little bit of a makeable position here, I think. Oh, it came within the gimme. Look at that. Okay. 1.6 yards or 5 feet. So let's do a fly in here while we get teed up. And it's pretty safe, I think. But pretty safe. Just going to definitely want to favor the left a little bit, which ends up being that kind of handsy thing right there. But it's all right. It's serviceable along the left side. Should come back a little bit. All right. Leaves me with 167 in, which I think is probably 6 iron. All right, not a ton of risk out there. Or maybe there is. If you hit it like that, there sure can be. Get over it. Thank you. I got over it. Look at that. Thought I dunked it in the drink after talking about how easy it was. All right. Speaking of not easy, here's out of the deep rough, 24 yards. 5.5 feet uphill. You're gonna have to roll up a little bit for me. Come on, get in there. Oh yeah, it is. That's within the gimme range. I like that. I was kind of sweating that chip a little bit, to be honest. Thank you for joining me, viewers out in the world. Have you seen my shirt? That's right. Okay. 349 yards. I definitely want to do a flyover here while I'm teeing it up. Gonna have to see how that relates to my short knocking swing over here. Shouldn't be a problem, and I typically don't miss left, so let's call this good. I guess I'm not good enough to bring out any seat fillers out there. The bleachers look empty. They're not here for me, or they won't be here for me. All right, little wrinkle, maybe a little tiny bit more wrinkle than I want, but you know, it's fine. It's not terrible. So we got a nice play in on this web tee tour. The course is a little shorter, so it's a little bit more reasonable to. I'm going to hit 9 iron. It's probably too much club here, but I think I'd rather be a little bit long if I stub or miss. So let's play the smooth 9 and put it up into position. I think kind of like that, right? Not overswung. Oh, get up. I'm sure glad I went one up. Sit down right there. Sit down. Wow, that came in as a little bit of a shocker. So now we got 10 yards out of the rough. 2 feet, 2 inches uphill. Not going to take much. The bush is not in my way. It's just in the way of the camera view. So let's see if we can trust it. Saddle, I'm going to have to putt that. Oops, that was just too firm. Too firm. Dang it. Okay, not a ton of movement here. Oops. Not a ton of movement. Is it even that much, or is it slightly more? Because it's a little bit downhill at the end there. I think it's not quite that much. More like that. And trust it on the downhill 1 inch. And I pushed that. You can see that, minus 0.4. So giving one back right there. That's unfortunate. Let's see if we can get ourselves back into position here. This one's a 3-shot par 5 no matter what I do about it. So let's just try to put one in the fairway and get that stroke back right here. Left of where I want to be, but I should have an unimpeded look at the green, but it'll be a 3-shot par 5, like I said, no matter how I play it. So let's just hit the 7-wood most comfortably, trying to get into a decent position with some kind of wedge in our hand, and I think this should do it for us. Safety 7-wood, safety first. All right, well, probably not a wedge realistically the way this is going to be elevated, but should sit right there in that little plateau. 112 yards and up the hill 2 feet 10 inches. I think it actually is probably the play I had last time with that good smooth 9 iron, and this is probably makes it the right distance because that was about right last time. And I pulled it. And I pulled it into the drink, didn't I? No? Just sit right there, please. Shit. Well, brought the water into play there, and now I got to try to chip in to save it. All right, well, that's not a great turn of events. All right, there's a double. Is that what that is? Oh, this is for bogey. I still got to finish it off. Okay. What a wreck this hole was. A couple of them in a row. 2 bogeys in a row twice. Is that what happened here? I'm close to that. All right, bounce back time. Back to even par, just like that. Tough turn of events. Let's see if we can bounce back. Still relatively early in the tournament, but not a great time for that. Couple of bogeys put us back to even. Here back for the short par 4 here though. Well, it's hit pretty well. Waking up with the driver maybe. Let's go. Could have been higher elevation, could have been lower spin, but hit it well. 89 yards up the hill. I think it's the 52-degree wedge. I'm trusting that that is the distance. No extra. Just go for it. Maybe just a hair deep, huh? Hitting a few through the screen tonight. We'll dig those out in a little while. Got ourselves at least some kind of birdie putt. Let's get back on the train. It does move that much. Let's see. Misses a birdie opportunity. And on to the 13th hole, a par 3, 156 yards down the hill. Comfortable 7 iron. Gotta get on its horse though. Get on up. Get on up. Okay, not quite. Just missed a good shot. Got a delicate little chip here now though. Settle right there though. All right, up and down for the par. We stay at even par at least. Then we go on to number 14, another short par 4. So they're definitely giving me chances. I've definitely capitalized a couple times, but then squandered it. Not going to stay out of the bunker. Probably not. No. Doesn't really matter. We just add a little extra to it. Probably an extra club. So I'd say this is probably a fairly comfortable full 9 iron right here. And we're going to get another bunker. Let's see if we can go double sandy par here. Sit. I'm going to have to make a putt now. Dragging ass here on the back 9 for sure. Got a few letdowns, I think. 3 bogeys maybe, 3 birdies to be here. It moves that much, it's down the hill. So I think it will move about that much. Send it down the hill softly. All right, we are in for the par there. We go to the 15th hole. A little bit of a longer par 4. See if we can get out there and play and try to maintain relatively good position. We're kind of leaking some oil out here today. All right, that should be pretty good. Like I said, it makes it a little bit longer here. 180 coming up the hill. Let's see if we can get something out there right close. I'm gonna block that right. I can feel that immediately. Big mounts left maybe. Let's see if we can get another delicate up and down here. Should be within the gimme. Yep, not the greatest chip, but it just rolled up into the gimme. Got another par 5 for me. Definitely a 3-shotter. Unless I'm at some elevation, this distance is probably a 3-shotter. All right, a little better ball speed there at least. The ball out there a bit. Too much spin, so it doesn't really fly that far. That spin will cost you. 274. Again, we're going to try to get ourselves into that 52-yard or that 50-yard slot for that 52-yard wedge, 52-degree wedge. Low and run a little bit, right? Should leave real close to that shot I was aiming for, right? Well, a little more, 65, 63. This could be pretty good, huh? A little deep. Yeah, a little deep. Okay, well, just got to look at it. A little sweeper. Try to fight our way back under par here. It's gonna break that much. Might, maybe even more. Wow, amazing. I didn't even need to hit it that hard to get it there. It was taking that line for sure. Okay, you might recognize this one. Let's have a closer look. 154.8, huh? Okay. There is, the wind is not really there. If anything, it's helping us, and it's down the hill. So I think this is a trustworthy club right here. Sure wish the crowd would have showed up for me, but maybe someday. Here we go. That's right, they should have showed up for me, huh? Oh, it's a little deep. It's all right, let's put this in. Let's steal one here. Really thought that was a better iron than that. It was too good of an iron. That doesn't move much at first at all, if any. That moves at the very end, just a hair, but like for the last 10 feet. I think that's going to do it. Down 6 inches, so it doesn't take much. There we go. I'll take that birdie. I wanted that. Gets back to 1 under for the tournament. Shoulda, coulda, woulda, of course, but we go to 18 at least in the red. So, come out here and close strong. I do want to get a look here just in case. Should be fine, but we want to know just how far we can hit it here because we're a short knocker. So wide side of the fairway. We look real nice right here. Let's see, about slot 1. And that's going to fade off, block off, whatever that is, in between a fade and a slice, basically. All right, leaves pretty sizable shot down 2. I want to make sure I cover the distance. And honestly, this is where the 7 wood comes in handy. I think I can play this to a good position, more likely than my 5 iron. You're gonna make it and just fade right in there, right? Off the hill maybe a little bit, come on. And then settle and give me a chance, give me a chance. Come on. All right, well, 15 or so feet, 16 feet, where'd we end up? 16 feet, 9 inches. Not a huge curler. Be a good one to hit right here. It's gonna move, is it gonna move all that much? All that or more like that? 16 feet 9. I think it's that much and trust, let's go. Oh, and misses by a ball width out to finish at 1 under for the first round. Lots of birdies mixed in there, 4 of them, 3 bogeys. Let's see what we can do in the next round. We're gonna play round 2. Let's look at the stats real quick. So ball speed's down from usual, but that's okay. Don't worry about it. but the ball speed's down. 24 putts is nice, always like that. 71% of the fairways. Could do better with the greens. I played in 33 minutes, 27 seconds, and that's because we're doing those fly-ins on a lot of those holes. So thanks for joining me. If you want to log back in and check it out, the next one will be here in just about, 5 minutes or less. I'm going to grab something to drink, reset the sim to get it ready for round 2, and then I'll be out here doing the same thing. So thanks for joining me, and I will see you very, very, very